Lamar Jackson, two-time MVP, leading one squad. James Jones, Jayden Daniels, a rookie, 4-1. Yep. The Commanders somehow, some way leading the NFC East. But if Jayden Daniels finds a way to beat Lamar Jackson, two-time MVP, should Jayden be the front runner for MVP, big dog?
I believe he should. I believe he should because he was the #2 overall pick.
Yep.
Which means the team you going to.
Oh, not very good.
It's sorry.
Come on, man.
Talk about it.
All right. You are 4-1 right now. Everybody before the beginning of the season would have said the Dallas Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles will win this division.
Whoa.
Right now, Shady, as we sit here right now.
Really ain't it, dog.
Right now.
Delay a game.
People still say
I
we
don't see the penalty.
Who's saying that?
People still say we're going to win the division.
People in Philly? People in Philly, maybe.
All right, now.
But all I'm saying is that's
Acho?
cool, Shady.
You see him?
I don't see
He back there?
Oh, yeah.
They looking for the people.
Now, y'all keep
He looking
doing
for
that.
What you think?
Hey, people!
You know I like the bet.
Hey, people!
Joe, what do you think, Joe?
Yo, wise man said, they say, yo, tell them,
Hey.
put your money where your mouth at. So if they don't do that, then let the man have his
Is they
take.
gonna win the division? Is they gonna win the division?
That's a good bet. I would take that bet.
So
But I ain't got the money like I don't got the money like that.
So why we on the Philadelphia Eagles? And I know we talking Jayden because I already said yes. Yeah, get him. I see you got a haircut, dog.
Oh, he did it.
Can you
Hey, James, you weren't supposed to say that.
can you apologize to America for lying?
video was hilarious.
Yesterday I said, dog, you need to brush.
No. Time out. The reason why, right?
Why? Wait, context. Shady said yesterday, Shady hadn't had a haircut in maybe a week or so.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
He promised the viewers he's not getting a haircut
Wasn't
until
brushing.
the Eagles win. He ain't brushing it, no cuts, no edge-ups, no lineups,
It looks
nothing.
good, though.
So I always look good, Chase. Thank you.
Well, yesterday, not so much.
Pause. The problem was,
What happened?
right, is because you know I'm Philadelphia all the way out.
Of course.
Right? If I cut my arm, it's going to be green coming out.
Green right now,
Not red.
of course.
So all my brothers, right, Saquon, A.J. Brown, they said, dog, we love what you're doing for us on TV,
Yep.
but you making us look bad, dog. They said, you know, you always been fly, you know what I mean? That type of dude. Please get that right for TV because we need that motivation. I said, you know what? Cool.
Okay.
Hit the barber up, you know what I mean? And now you see me, you know what I mean? Shining.
So they hit you that quick after the show, like get a chop.
Yeah, wait.
Because you were in the chair 30 minutes.
Well, Gilly's a big Philly dude, and he put on Instagram, like, oh, they're on the facility, Jayden McCoy's hair is not. So they had to holler at me.
Gotcha,
But now
okay.
we on the same page.
Okay, so you good.
So get back to your real take, please.
So
All my business.
You lied to the people, but it's all good. But
So Jayden's a front runner.
he's the front runner if he wins. If he wins this game, he's a front runner. You were the 2nd overall pick. Your team is not good. You are the main reason your team is playing at a high level. You're making plays with your arm. You're making plays with your legs. You're making play on 4th down. You're making plays on 1st down. You are making everybody around you better. And as a quarterback of a football team, that's all we want you to do.
he does.
And to be honest with you, the dudes that I believe are in front of him right now is the Lamar Jackson and the Patty Mahomes. And it's only Patty Mahomes because he's winning.
Yeah.
But he's not playing better than Jayden Daniels right now. So if you're telling me I'm 5-1 and you're 5-0 and I'm playing better than you right now with my arm and my legs, I'm taking Jayden Daniels as the MVP frontrunner if he gets this one done against Lamar.
Where you at, quarterback?
Gosh, man, such a good
Quarterback.
question. Like I like Jayden coming out of college. I mean, yeah, I think it does. I think you talked me into it. I was on the fence a little bit, but what you were saying is actually true because MVP, most valuable player to a team that was picked to finish last in the NFC East. Now they're one of the best teams in the NFC. And most importantly, like, I just want to put into context this conversation because when we first talked about it, I was like, a rookie winning an MVP? The last time a rookie won an MVP? Jim Brown, 1957.
Wow.
We're talking about historic start for him.
That's big time.
And when I look at Jayden Daniels, I break him down because C.J. Stroud last year had one of the best rookie seasons of all time. Through 5 games, Jayden Daniels has a better record last year than C.J. Stroud. He has more passing and rushing touchdowns combined. He has a higher completion percentage, and he has a higher passer rating. And so when you put it in context like that, because I thought C.J. Stroud's season last year was special. It's a yes for me, man.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a tough one.
It is.
I'm going to say no. Right? I'm going to say no.
Okay,
and real
I'm
quick,
listening to you.
me and Acho talked to these rookies at the rookie symposium, right? This kid right here, Jayden, jumped out of me like everybody. Great personality, smart, asks a lot of questions. He actually is my favorite to win the Rookie of the Year for sure. This is before the season started, so I love his game. But I gotta go with Patrick Mahomes. I watched Lamar Jackson last year win the MVP. Was he playing the best as the quarterback?
No, he wasn't.
What did he do, James?
Team record.
Team record, and they won. And the last thing is they were the 1 seed, and I look at Patrick Mahomes, every year he finds ways to win. There's not a defense in this league that prepares more than any other quarterback, for any other quarterback than Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, right? We can talk about Jayden Daniels, we can talk about Lamar Jackson, all these other quarterbacks, Josh Allen's. Every team in the league, they copycat the Chiefs. How can we stop them? In the AFC, how can we beat them? So as I look at the Chiefs, the number 1 receiver's hurt, the number 2 receiver's hurt, right? They still winning. They still find a way. Kelsey's older. He's slowing down. They still find ways to win. So I'm going with Patrick Mahomes, but even though Jayden Daniels is super balling right now and I love his game, I got to go with Patrick.
If Jayden Daniels beats Lamar, he's a front runner. I look at it with history. As an MVP voter last year, the final 3 MVP candidates were Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson. Remember that. Brock Purdy beat Dak Prescott handedly, 4 touchdowns, 252 yards, no picks. Dak Prescott, 152 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. So instantly, we had to move Dak Prescott beneath Brock Purdy, albeit it was earlier in the season. That would not be forgotten from MVP voters like myself's mind. Remember, it came down to Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson. Tyreek Hill got hurt, if y'all recall, so he left the race. It was those 2 players week 16. Brock Purdy, 4 interceptions. Atrocious performance. Lamar Jackson, 300 total yards, 2 total touchdowns. And in week 16 is when Lamar Jackson won MVP. It's not when he put on the suit and came out here to California for the NFL honors and he stood on stage. That's not when he won MVP. Lamar won MVP when he beat Brock Purdy. If Jayden Daniels can beat Lamar Jackson, the current frontrunner for MVP, he will instantly supplant Lamar Jackson as the frontrunner for MVP. I'm not saying that based upon my own hypothesis. I'm saying that based upon the history of the MVP award, at least the most recent in last year. The final MVP ballots, it was simple. Lamar won because Lamar beat Brock. Brock ahead of Dak, not in the final ballot, but Brock ahead of Dak after Brock beat Dak. So if Jayden beats Lamar, we know based upon the equation of last year, Jayden
I just want to ask you one question, Omar, because you are an MVP voter, right? That's a good honor to have. What are the criteria for MVPs? Because you start talking about like beating other quarterbacks or people that's in the race, but tell me like what are the criteria of getting that vote?
Really good question. So when they send us the email as voters for all pro awards, MVP awards, et cetera, even they made a clarification and then I'll answer your question. This year they clarified specifically, hey, comeback player of the year, you need to be coming back from injury.
Okay.
They were disgruntled with Joe Flacco winning last year because he just came back from being sorry.
Right.
So they were, let's be honest, he came back from
My man came out together.
They made sure, Shady, and viewers at home, I don't know if y'all know this is privileged information, maybe I'm not even supposed to reveal it. They specified to us this year, Comeback Player of the Year award, you should be coming back from an injury, not coming back from being sorry. But to answer Shady's question, for MVP, it's voter discretion is advised.
See, so what takes me inside your mind then, because you're a voter?
For me, I watch the tape, and for me, I love head-to-head matchups, but I played the game. Not every voter played the game, so some voters will just go to numbers. Y'all know I watch a lot of tape. So for me, I watch the tape, and I go to head-to-head matchups because I really, really, really believe you show up in your biggest moments on those biggest days.
So that's why I asked you a question, because like I look at a guy like Josh Allen last year, right, who had a team full of reserves, as in a lot of guys injured, and there's guys on offense was injured, replacement stepping in, guys injured on defense stepping in. They were in the playoffs. He fought all the way back himself to get his team back in the playoffs. And I watched Lamar Jackson, who's a phenomenal player, right, win an MVP, and they had like 26 what was it?
Yeah, 26 touchdowns, I believe.
Right, and I watched him have a really, really good team, really, really good defense. He had good games, right, but it wasn't as electrifying like Josh Allen was.
Yeah.
Now, I watched Lamar Jackson today, right? Everybody can say like, he should be the favorite to win the MVP because the way he's playing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I hate when we bring in the team aspect of it, and because the defense could be number one, like the Ravens was, and the Ravens offense was cool.
Let me chime in if I may. To chime in, it's the reason Josh didn't win is obviously because of record. That's the only reason he didn't win is because of record. But see, for me as a voter, and maybe voters are different, I value all games equally.
Valuable.
I value them all equally. If Josh Allen, I didn't forget Shady, and some viewers maybe call it lazy, whatever. I didn't forget Josh Allen losing week 1 to the Jets. I didn't forget it. I didn't forget him losing to Zach Wilson. And I didn't forget him losing to Zach Wilson after Aaron Rodgers got hurt after 4 plays because of him. So I also didn't forget Josh Allen going crazy with Shakur after Stephon Diggs at the end of the season completely fell off. I look at them both the same.
It's football, though, right?
No doubt about it. But Lamar Jackson never really
But
struck.
Jay Daniels right now, right, because I was going to say this earlier. Like, he's playing phenomenal right now, and he's a hell of a player. He's a rookie. You know what that means? There's going to be a time where he's not going to play well. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
So I'm saying, like, in the duration of a season, we need to compare that.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, though, because, I mean, that's a really good point of view, you bringing in us into your mind of how you vote.
Yeah.
Let's say Lamar Jackson wins this game, and he looks like he looked last week against Joe Burrow.
Come on now.
Jeez.
Come on now.
Lamar Jackson has went on a run, and we're clearly looking at Lamar like, dang, Lamar the best player in the league right now. We can watch that on tape.
We see it.
But why would he be MVP over Patty if Patty's sitting at 5-0 and Patty beat Lamar?
I think it would come down to a couple things. How close is the race? Like for me, at this point in time, I see Lamar Jackson is playing like he's on a different level.
He's
on a different level right now. Now, what we know is, as we look about it, the Chiefs' defense, they never get credit. And I feel bad for them with all due respect. They never get credit. But as we know, the Chiefs' defense, I think, is like number 2 in scoring right now.
Okay.
So what I would look at it as a voter, I'm saying to myself, yo, Patty, they 5-0. You going to 6-0. They killing it.
But it ain't because of him.
It's not exclusively.
That's what.
When you voted, hold up. Did you vote for Lamar last year?
I voted for Lamar last year.
How'd you grade that?
I graded that because when Lamar played...
No. I'm talking about the team, him, the defense.
When Lamar played the Niners. That's what it was for me.
That's crazy.
When Lamar played the Niners. The Ravens have the number 1 defense in football. Make no mistake about it.
But it's the same thing, though. You say how Patty...
Open up a can of worms.
Yeah,
That's good, though.
Right, but it's saying Patty is 5-0, right? Going on 6-0. And the defense is number 2 in scoring.
Yep.
They're really, really good. You said that. But on the Lamar side, it's like, it's the same thing, correct?
Yes, but remember who the opponent was last year. Josh Allen. Josh Allen has several losses. Right? We're talking about a Patty who has no losses. So Josh Allen has the only reason Josh Allen didn't...
Lamar, though.
Lamar last year.
Yes.
Yeah, but Lamar his team was amazing.
And the defense was crazy.
Defense was crazy. But when Lamar had to face the best in the league, then Lamar showed up. If Lamar did not show up like he did against the Niners, I'm telling you right here, right now.
That's why he won MVP.
If he didn't show up like he did against the Niners, I'm telling you right now, Jayden McCoy, at least me, I wouldn't have voted.
So when does...
number 1.
So, because you watch a lot of tape, and this is really good insight, when does the stats play a part for you? Because the only reason why I looked crazy last year is the stats were so lopsided with Josh and Lamar.
Yeah.
It's like 45 touchdowns to 26. Like, it was just so lopsided, even though he had a couple more wins than Josh. Because Josh went to the playoffs still, too, and won the division.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So when do the stats
Great
play
question.
a part?
And we talked about this off camera. Honestly, this is a facility conversation.
It really is.
Stats to me...
Josh should have won that.
To me, stats are always secondary because I played the game. To somebody who didn't play the game, I understand they might lead with stats. Shady and I were talking about it. There was a sports person who said that Patrick Mahomes is Daniel Jones just with the better defense.
Who said that? You know he never played. I don't know who it is.
And so you can make... Shady said this, and I'll never forget. He said that his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said, hey, I can make stats do anything. That's true. I can make stats and numbers do anything. So I don't necessarily care as much about stats as I care about the tape. Yeah. That's why right now the tape for Lamar and the tape for Jayden go crazy. I was up last night. Y'all can see my last tweet before I went to sleep was watching Jayden Daniels tape. Because I was like, let me see what this is all about. The tape goes crazy.
Stats is like, I'm not big on stats either, though, because you can just make stats up and it looks good. That's why you see people say, oh, this, like the Patrick Mahomes or James Jones is crazy. But I will say about some stats, it's hard to go out there on that turf, on that grass, and do.
Week in and week out.
But think about it like this. Let's go back. Now last night, Garendo, running back for the Niners. I think he finished the game with 99 yards on maybe 11 carries.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Right.
He went untouched on that 70-yard. Shout out to him, not taking nothing from him. But if you just look at the stats,
I can't do that.
I think he averaged 8 yards.
Hard to do.
You know, here's what I'm saying.
Do that.
And I'll
should have scored, too.
I'll say it to you,
Maybe
Shane.
not an all-pro, but I can't do that.
I'll say it to this. Alfred Morris outgained you in 1 year. And I don't know Alfred's a great human being. Yeah. Alfred's not a better running back than Shady. So I can't just look at stats. I got to turn on tape. Because Alfred Morris had 1,600 yards 1 year, had 1,400 yards 1 year. He had 1,600 as a rookie.
We're talking one game, though.
No, season.
But I'm saying, you said Luke
Cadendo,
whatever his name is.
That guy didn't last.
That's one game, though.
It didn't last long. That guy didn't last long.
No, but the crazy thing is, like, what I'm saying is I don't care. Me personally, nothing's wrong with those that love stats. me personally,
Good combo.
I don't care as much about stats.
So you're saying good stats and you look good.
Yes.
Okay.
You got to look
Record
good.
matters.
And you got to win.
Record matters too. You have
Exactly right. Exactly right. To me, record
matters.
how you look,
Yeah.
record, stats.
I like it.
How you look,
Record.
Record, stats.
So
That's why
Lamar
Lamar won
looked
it
like
last
an
year.
MVP last year.
His record was like an MVP.
So you
last year.
went past the look though, because you said look.
He looked like an MVP.
did.
Last year.
He
Yes.
said against the Niner game.
Because he
Yes.
played
But
well
what about the
against-
whole season? Is what I'm saying though.
He never cost his team. And that matters to me too, right? Like
All right.
he never, like Josh cost his team. We only in life, and I hate what we do in life
That's a good
oftentimes.
point.
We only look at the positives.
reserves,
We forget about the negatives.
it's happening.
No. Josh cost his team early on in the season. They should have been 6-6.
But then they won because of him.
No doubt.
Let me ask this real quick. So you're saying how you look. So
Yes.
if Lamar continues to play how he's playing right now, right? He should get an MVP.
No doubt about it.
Unanimous.
Unanimous. So look. So you put Lamar the way he's playing this year as an MVP.
Yes.
And last year's MVP, even in the same boat.
Not even
And
close.
that's
Not
my
even
problem.
close. Not even close.
So when you like you,
But different seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and he's doing way more.
But I'm saying,
and
like,
the defense ain't as
The
good.
people he going against though is
That's
not
why, 'cause the
balling out of
defense isn't
control.
as
That's
good.
what he says. Different years. Like nobody. Remember last year we had the MVP conversation. Nobody was running away with it.
Yeah.
Nobody really
I just-
had
I
a
just-
Dax, Purdy, and Lamar.
It was
If we
all
keep it in
in
the
it.
1,000 though,
Yeah.
like last year, if you look at all the MVPs in the last eight years, maybe 10 years, I don't see that as like an MVP year last year for
It
Lamar.
wasn't. But think about it like this.
I agree.
And I'm a Lamar Jackson
But 2-5.
fan.
You can do the
agree.
same thing. Say Josh would have won it last year. Josh's last year pales in comparison to the year he finished second to Aaron Rodgers. Pales in comparison. Because the second to Aaron Rodgers
Year to
year, he went 13-3, I believe. He had like 4,800 yards, but Rodgers had 48 touchdowns and 5 picks. So you could do the same thing. To me, it's a year-to-year thing. Because Josh could have won it last year. But Josh's last year sucked compared to Josh's 2020.
Yes,
So you could be the best player in the league and not win MVP because your team ain't that good or your defense ain't that good.
If you were the best player in the league, I believe your team would have been better. The Jets, he wouldn't have lost to the Jets, so he would have had another win, and he would have had another. That's just my belief, but that's why you got 50 different voters. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.